Hey guys, what's going on here? I'm actually in Huangshan right now. I just finished my work yesterday, and I have like approximately 10 minutes to show you guys like what it is like in Huangshan right now. It's beautiful here, and let me show you a little bit. It's sunny, great. The temperature is great. So now we're in the countryside, and far in the back, I'm gonna show you some drone footages maybe at the mountain where I get a chance to take footages of. But there's a really nice like vacation resort here. All these trees here, the blues, and the mountains in the back. So I have about like 10 minutes I can before we leave. So I want to talk about what Western medias have achieved. They have a specific agenda, their propaganda, what they have achieved in the past few years. So basically, I have actually friends that from 30 years ago, like I used to grow up skateboarding and all that stuff. And these people are not very educated. I mean, they probably can't even point where China is on the map. So these people have no clue. I mean, they used to call me like Japanese and all that stuff. They have no clue what China is or what the difference between Japanese or like even like where China is. Let alone like now talking about all these issues in Xinjiang and Tibet and Hong Kong. They probably heard something about Hong Kong, all the stuff, but then they have no idea what it is like, you know. And now it seems to be like everything when you talk about Uyghurs, it's like super sophisticated, like, oh, you're knowledgeable, oh, you know about like Uyghur and Xinjiang is like so popular now. But in fact, these people don't know shit. And one of these guys confronted me saying, I posted something like about the 100th year anniversary of the CPC, and then he's in Chinese, so he can only see the flag and the 100. It was in Chinese, so he can see like, oh, it's China, and the communist like the ambulance on it, and then he immediately saw like, oh, you're with the Communist Party and whatever. So he actually has the audacity to tell me that I'm a rookie, of like that I'm not knowledgeable, that I'm basically somebody graduate from high school or something, that I don't know anything about history, about politics and stuff. But from a guy who never traveled outside of the country, who did not even graduate from high school, who doesn't know anything about China, he has the audacity to tell me, somebody that lives in China, that lives pretty much everywhere in the world, and he would tell me that I'm brainwashed by CBC and then I wrote on his comment saying, where exactly did you graduate? I mean, that guy doesn't even have a high school degree. I mean, he wasn't even good at skating back in the days. He was a poser basically. He had the skateboard. He was just like carrying the skateboard around like back in the days. At the same time, I also had like intellectual friends who are like very smart, contacted me and then questioned me about just sent me some articles about the economics. I mean the what is that, the magazine called Economy or Economist, and they're extremely biased too about some mistreatments of Chinese people in China. Some I don't know. I didn't even read this. When I see this shit, like, I know they're fabricating a lot of stuff, when it's not true. And so everybody seemed to like jump on a bandwagon, even like friends who lived in China for a long time. He's a Chinese American, and now he's like lived there like 10 years ago. And he keeps sending me these articles about China, you know, about this and how bad it is. Like all of a sudden, like he really turns against China now. All of a sudden, this guy, and so everybody else, you know, like who left China and stuff. I don't know why they're so. I think even like the smartest people that I know, they seem to be like influenced by the Western mainstream media, no matter what. You know, they get you no matter what. They probably broadcast like all these lies a million times until maybe it is true. Even though I lived in China before, but you know, I think that people seem to be so out of touch. You know, like watching all these medias and stuff, and then perceive it as the reality. So we have two sides of a spectrum, like from the dumbest person, like not educated at all, never been to China, that all of a sudden like speaks very critical of China, a person that have no idea what China is, and then all of a sudden like free Tibet and all that crap. I had coworkers back in the day who went on a free Tibet demonstration. And they thought it was like so cool just because it's like, you know, maybe way back then it was like Beastie Boys like gave this concert. Everybody was on it. It was like, oh yeah, it's a cool thing to do, you know, like concert is so cool. But actually people didn't actually know what it is, you know, free Tibet. It was just something like it's a cool thing to do. But anyways, you have like, you know, Western media is like brainwashing like two spectrums of people. One is like the really like a not educated person. On the other hand, like you have like the more like also like the educated ones that are now like all of a sudden like skeptical of China because they've been being fed with all these like constant lies, you know. Even though like they question themselves, maybe it's not true. But if you're being fed with this like nonsense on 24 hours a day, and you like, maybe I'm wrong, you know, maybe I left China a long time ago, now it's changed. So what it comes down to is like us, like Chinese and Asians, like being hurt by this image all the time. And we need to somehow like fight back, you know, even though my voice doesn't reach anybody, but maybe I'm happy if my voice can reach like one single person, and that's cool. That's cool, one person. That's all I mean. I'm not doing this like for money. I don't even have time to doing all this shit, but I'm just doing it because I'm angry, I guess, because was somehow kind of misrepresented in a society, in a media, being told all these lies, you know, about us, about the country of China. So we're being fed up basically with all these lies.